Now that he's a Netflix producer, along with his adult wife, Michelle, he's producing more racial division. The latest is called Leave the World Behind. It's a fictional thriller about the collapse of technology and what humans would do with no phones or computers. The movie follows a family on vacation at a rental house, and one night they're visited by a father and a daughter who show up seeking shelter. They say their phones no longer work and they need a place to stay. So immediately the white family, because they're evil, that's encoded in their DNA, of course, is suspicious of the visitors because they're black. And it goes on and on and on like this. Here's a clip.
I'm asking for you to remember that if the world falls apart, trust should not be dulled out easily to anyone, especially white people.
Can't trust white people. They're evil. This is the guy, remember, who became famous at the Democratic Convention in 2004 by telling us there is no white America, there's no black America, it's just one America. But of course, that's not really a profit model in politics, is it? So he's been stoking race hatred ever since, and the disarray around us is the result.
And our latest target, as you will see in this little trailer for tomorrow's bigger piece, is Michelle Obama. Watch.
Oh, man.
A former first lady with her own podcast.
I'm Michelle Obama. People line up for my advice.
No, not her. This former first lady.
I'm Megyn O. People need to hear from me. Many people don't understand. Not much is covered in the White House.
It's expensive to live in the White House. We made it through.
We got out alive.
But what happened to me?
What happened to me? No one talks about it. No.
When Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson lock targets on Barack Obama, it's not just a roast, it's a high-precision demolition job. They skip the talking points and go straight for the mythology. The charm. Torn down. The teleprompter king. Exposed. What's left is the hollow theatre of a presidency sold as hope and delivered as spin. This isn't respectful dissent, it's cutting, merciless, and painfully hilarious. Obama never saw this ambush coming.
Folks think we're divorced.
These are the kinds of things that I just miss, right? So I don't even know this stuff's going on.
Right.
And then somebody will mention it to me, and I'm all like, what are you talking about?
Sure. People think that they're on the outs because they're not always in the same room together, Maureen. That's
one of the most interesting moments in the 2008 campaign occurred when a man, like Obama himself, came from out of nowhere to recount his experiences with Barack Obama, the man. His name was Larry Sinclair, and he told an amazing story. He said that in 1999, he had encountered Barack Obama in Illinois, and then used.
It's almost cute how Barack Obama still struts like the world's waiting for his next TED Talk on how to ruin a nation with flair. He convinced a generation that charisma was competence and dramatic pauses were depth. Spoiler, they weren't. They were just buffers before disaster, like a loading screen before a bad decision.
Cy Hirsch piece. Here's the cliff notes. Obama colludes with Nancy Pelosi and Hakeem Jeffries and Schumer. Sunday morning calls Biden and says, you're done. Kamala's going to 25th Amendment you, and you got to step aside.
And who places the call?
Obama.
Obama does.
So Obama calls the sitting president and tells him, you're done.
Megyn Kelly watches old Obama speeches like reruns of a comedy special nobody asked for. His aloof detachment. Framed as virtue. His hope and change. We got change all right. The kind you dig out of couch cushions after policies emptied your wallet. At this point, even her sarcasm needs a break.
So when he does, I was like, wait a minute. What's going on here? And he's like, I'm teasing you, right? And I was like, none of that.
Because he likes to tease.
Oh, my God. Yeah. But when me, Malia, and Sasha all of us are together, he doesn't stand a chance. We mercilessly go after him.
I believe that. I have no doubt you do, because you do it publicly whenever you can. You. When was the last time you said anything kind about him? Like, it's a 99-to-1 ratio in your public comments. So that's their rule. She and her daughters can tease him mercilessly, and he is not allowed to say anything.
Tucker Carlson calls Obama's presidency a TEDx talk accidentally granted control of drone strikes. The man globe-trotted to apologize for America while acting like a messianic life coach. Behind the soaring speeches, economic drag, foreign policy blunders, and Nobel Peace Prize drone warfare. Tucker sees the legacy as a Pinterest board of speeches interrupted by chaos.
The video of Biden at the debate in 2007 announcing that Barack Obama had an AIDS test.
I know Barack got tested for AIDS.
Oh, Remind me. The funniest video ever. Biden said, well, I think, AIDS is a real problem in the African-American community.
And the community's engaged in denial.
And I think we should all get AIDS tests. I mean, Barack Obama had an AIDS test.
I know Barack got tested for AIDS.
There's a cutaway of Obama being like, I hate you.
It's an important thing.
Then Biden's like, which is totally good. And I think he's negative, but I mean, all men should get an AIDS.
There's no shame in being tested for AIDS.
Obama is so mad.
Megyn points out the irony of Obama preaching unity while pioneering the art of smug division. He walks on stage like he just got back from a semester abroad in condescension. He talks bipartisanship but defines compromise as everyone else shutting up. His sermons. The church closed, and the flock moved on.
She's on the record. They can pretend all they want that it's just tabloid fodder that has led people to think they're on the outs. That oh yes, he appeared without her, here or there, and people, no. Okay, first of all, she didn't go to the Trump inauguration. She didn't go to the Jimmy Carter funeral. He's been spotted out at basketball games and out to dinner with their daughters repeatedly without her. You'd be hard-pressed to find a recent picture of the two of them together.
Tucker chuckles at the label transformative. Transformed what, exactly? The Middle East into a meme. Healthcare into a bureaucratic Rubik's Cube. Race relations into a script no one wanted a sequel to. Calm delivery became a weapon. He'd drop metaphors when the country needed direction. Tucker swears Obama once addressed a crisis by comparing it to jazz. No rhythm, no structure, just vibes.
This 16-page document, and they say, Mr. President-elect, wait till you see the cool things we're doing all around the world. And they've sucked him in. They made him one of the guys. And then we get the feedback at the CIA. Oh, the president loved this. The president had a follow-up question on that. Oh, the president said, oh my God, when he read this.
Well, it almost sounds like you're psychologically profiling the president.
Oh, I think that's exactly what they do.
And so they use the tools that they have employed for decades to subvert foreign governments, to subvert them.
Megyn remembers how Obama preached transparency like a magician who forgot to reveal the trick. His rhetoric hid behind $10 words and clouds of faux intellect. He treated the Constitution like a choose-your-own-adventure manual. And yes, Tucker still laughs about the tan suit. The media melted down, not over scandal, but because boredom had reached historic levels. Leadership never sounded so much like NPR with a sleep timer.
Speaking of Barack Obama, he decided to drop a post on X today, and I thought, okay, maybe in the wake of the Pete Hegseth presser, he's going to say something like, no matter how you feel about the Iranian strike, hats off to our, boys in blue, our guys in the bombers. He went a different way. This is what it was.
Curious how you're thinking about this eulogy specifically in the moment and all the tensions that you just brought out.
I didn't even want to talk. I was so mad. Part of the reason I think I ended up having anything to say at that moment was when I heard some of the victims' families forgive the shooter. And I thought, all right, let's see if maybe this is a way America can hear me.
Tucker mocks Obama's idea of strength, summits on masculinity while dignity was outsourced to Brussels. He warned of misinformation, all while dropping ideological word salad that made your brain buffer. Megyn marvels at how he sold exploding premiums as a bargain. And when things went south, he had punchlines, not policies. The White House became a green room. Less West Wing, more SNL, minus the laughs.
But I'd never read that Donald Young, this man Donald Young, called you and told you that he knew you'd had sex with Barack Obama.
That was the contact in late 2007 that I had that originally came under the guise that they were part of the Obama campaign.
Tucker grins at every failed attempt Obama made to be relatable. Slang delivered like he learned it from a BuzzFeed quiz. He floated above the public like a professor doing performance art. Megyn laughs at the mythology. Obama walking on water whispering diseases into remission. If something failed, it was someone else's fault. When the world burned, he narrated it like Morgan Freeman reading excuses off a prompter.
Then tells Kamala Harris, you're going to be the nominee, but if you don't gain traction, if you're not popular, we're going to take you out too. I mean, it's all shocking. It sounds true.
If, in fact, the 25th Amendment is worthy of being invoked.
Yes.
If his condition is such that it needs to be invoked and then they don't invoke it, then they're leaving the country in a precarious position of being led by a man not in possession of his faculties. If, on the other hand, it's...
Megyn says Obama's speeches often felt like self-help seminars hosted by someone who's never held a real job. Accountability. He dodged it with Olympic grace. She once joked he could walk through a hurricane with a latte and the press would call the wind a metaphor. Tucker notes that the post-presidency version is pure influencer. Netflix deals, curated beach pics, and all the smugness of a lifestyle guru who just discovered ring lights.
But when me, Malia, and Sasha all of us are together, he doesn't stand a chance. We mercilessly go after him.
I believe that. I have no doubt you do, because you do it publicly whenever you can. When was the last time you said anything kind about him? Like, it's a 99-to-1 ratio in your public comments. So that's their rule. She and her daughters can tease him mercilessly, and he is not allowed to say anything about becoming over there.
Megyn smirks and says if Obama really wanted to help, he'd stop talking for 5 minutes. Let America detox from the echo of elite mediocrity wrapped in self-praise. Tucker laughs as his fans hashtag him onto Mount Rushmore, while the rest of us wonder what got transformed, besides the ability to dress up failure in poetic ambiguity. Every time he grabs MEC, the roast writes itself. And yes, Megyn already has her notes.
I know. How do you not stop, especially when your husband was commander-in-chief for 8 years, and think there will be people who hear this clip who have no arms and legs thanks to these wars that we fought in Iraq and Afghanistan. I mean, I know some of them, and they will drag themselves out to run the Tunnel to Towers race and other races to raise money for other suffering veterans and firefighters who got hurt on 9/11 and so on, and their families are surviving, who have actual problems that were basically brought on them by the government.
Tucker's sharpening the knives. Megyn leans in, waiting for Obama's next climate sermon from his private jet. She wonders if the video is filmed before or after the Vineyard retreat. Tucker's favorite memory: the time Obama told coal miners to learn to code. Meanwhile, eggs tripled in price and the media called it resilience. The man could sink a battleship with a metaphor and still get a standing ovation. The deeper you look, the clearer it gets. Obama wasn't the wizard. He was just the guy behind the curtain, yanking levers and praying no one noticed the sparks.